Hey, welcome, guys. Hope your week is going well, your day. I wanted to just share a word of encouragement with you guys, a word that the Lord had given me the other week about divine reversals. So I was on my way to my daughter's work. She had forgot her lunch. And I stopped at a stop sign, and there was a road in front of me called Dryden Road. And the road crossing it was called River Road. And so I saw immediately the contrast between river and dry. River represents abundance, it represents increase, it represents flow. And obviously, Dryden represents stagnation, delay, closed doors, barrenness. And I heard the Lord speaking to me, and He said, I am doing divine reversals where you've seen nothing but dry, barren, stagnant places. He's like, I'm about to bring a river of increase, a river of abundance. So I went home, and the next morning I got up, I went to the gym, and I was doing some ab work, and I was off in this little side room. And when I looked up, I saw on the ceiling these plus and minus signs. Now, I've been in this room plenty of times. I never noticed this, but the Lord highlights things to us when He's trying to speak. And instantly I heard the Lord say plus and minus, contrast, divine reversals. Again, the minus sign represents decrease. It represents lack. It represents loss where the enemy is stolen. And plus represents multiplication where the Lord is going to increase. He's going to multiply our efforts. Every seed that's been planted, the Lord is going to multiply that. Again, He said, I'm doing divine reversals. So as we know, the Lord speaks normally in multiple confirmations and oftentimes in threes. So later that day, I was taking my son to school, and we were stopped at a stoplight again. And there was an older gentleman off to my right. He looked to be maybe 60s or 70s, and he had on two opposite socks. He had on a red sock and a green sock. And I thought that was odd. I'm like, yeah, I know younger people oftentimes will wear opposite socks, but normally you don't see people in their 60s and 70s wearing opposite socks. And so I looked at it and I kind of laughed. I looked at my son and I said, you know what, that means something, right? And so when I got home, I looked up what red and green means. And red represents, it represents passion, desire, action, and energy. And green means new beginning, growth, renewal, and abundance. And what I felt like the Lord was saying there were some of you, your desire, your passion has waned. It's died because you've been waiting so long. You haven't seen the answers to prayers. All you've seen is stagnation. You've seen lack. You've done a lot of the hard digging, but and you've planted in good soil, but you have not seen a harvest. And so many of your dreams and your desires, they've died. But God is saying, I'm bringing your passion back. And as you act, as you move forward in those things that I've called you to do, even when they don't make sense, even when you feel like you've not gotten the results, He's like, I am bringing a new beginning. I am bringing a growth and a renewal to this and an abundance where you've seen nothing but lack, where you've seen nothing but delays and closed doors. He's like, I'm bringing increase. And it's not going to just be increase like 1 + 1 = 2. It's like the when He multiplied the fish, right? The 7 loaves and the 2 fish, or maybe I'm getting it backwards, but He multiplied that. There was enough. There was more than enough. And God is saying there's going to be more than enough, guys. It's not going to be just enough for your family or your ministry. It's going to be enough to help other families that are in need. It's going to be enough to help those in need. If you're at the grocery store and you see a single mom or somebody and she's putting food back, or she's, counting her pennies because she can't pay for something, you're going to be able to say, hey, you know what? It's okay. I got that for you. That's what God is bringing to us, guys. So I just want to encourage you, those of you who may feel discouraged, you may feel like quitting. I just want to remind you guys, I feel like we're closer than ever. I know you've heard this word so many times about breakthrough, but I 100% believe we are on the cusp of these divine reversals. So keep doing the things that God has asked you to do, even though it doesn't make sense, even though you don't feel like it. Keep doing the small things that seem insignificant, because this is the year, guys. I promise you, I believe this with everything in my heart. This is the season of divine reversals. So be encouraged. Have an awesome day. Make this day productive. Until next time, be blessed.